You wanted to see me?
Yes, Paul. I really like the way you dance. No, I mean it. So I figured we'd try this again. For one thing, if you're going to change your name, why go from a Puerto Rican name to an Italian one?
Because I don't look it. People are always trying to tell me, oh, you don't look Puerto Rican, you don't look Puerto Rican. But I am.
So you figured you looked Italian?
No. I wanted to become somebody new. So I became Paul San Marco.
Why did you want to become someone new?
I'm not exactly proud of my past.
And who is? That's what the word means, Paul. Past.
That might be easy for you to say, but for me...
Look, wait a minute. What made you start dancing? Your parents?
No, what do Puerto Ricans know about theater? my dad, he loved movies, and he'd take us all the time. He worked nights, so he'd come home, he'd take us down to 42nd Street, and we'd go into one movie, and into another, and another movie. And I don't know why, but I always liked musicals.
How old were you?
7 or 8.
On 42nd Street?
Yeah. It was a trip.
Look, Paul, if this is too rough for you, I have your picture and resume, and we know
Oh,
how to
no!
contact
I'm sorry. From seeing all those movie musicals, I dance around on the street, and I get caught all the time, and it was so humiliating. But I always found myself being Cicerese, which I didn't understand, because I'd always wanted to be an actor. I just loved performing. One time my cousin turned to me and she said, oh, you'll never be an actor. And I know she was only telling me that because I'm such a sissy, right? I was terribly, terribly effeminate. And it's like, I always knew I was gay, right? But that didn't bother me. What bothered me was I didn't know how to be a boy. One time I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, you're 14 years old and you're a faggot. What are you going to do with you? And at that time I was in Cardinal Hayes High School, and there were 3,000 boys there. Like, I had nobody, no protection, no homeroom where I could be charming and funny with the tough guys so they could fight my battles for me. Like when I went to small schools. And it's like, I liked school, but my grades just so bad. Even if I knew the answers to questions, I wouldn't raise my hand because I'd be afraid they'd laugh at me. Eventually, I marched myself to the principal's office. And I said, I'm a homosexual. Well, it was a Catholic high school. And at the age of 14, you just didn't say that. And he asked me, well, would you like to see a psychiatrist? And I did. And he told me, well, I think you're very well adjusted for your age. And I think you should quit school. So I did, even though I really didn't want to. It just got so bad. See, when I quit school, what I was doing was trying to find who I was and what it was to be a boy. There are so many people in this world who don't know how to be men, but I found that I am one. I was looking for the wrong thing. I was trying to learn how to be butch. Somebody told me they were looking for male dancers for the Jewelbox Review, the drag show. And so after years of pretending to be Cicerese, I had this fabulous extension. And immediately, the man, he says to me, no, you're too short to be a boy. Would you like to be a pony? And I'm like, what's that? And he says, a girl. What do I have to do? Show us your legs. But I have hair on my legs. Oh, that's fine. And so they brought me upstairs, and they hiked up my dungarees, and they put on a pair of nylon stockings and high heels. And it was freaky, but like so amazing. And so they brought me back downstairs, and the man, he tells me, oh, you have wonderful legs. And I'm like, really? Terrific. Mind you, I was only 16, so I had I hid it all from my parents. But I was in show business. The asshole of show business, but without an education, you can't get a job, and it's a job. I had friends. We were at the Apollo Theater on 125th Street, and we're doing 4 shows a day with the movie, and it is so tacky. The show's going to Chicago, and so my parents, they want to come by after the show to the theater, and they were going to say goodbye and drop off my luggage. And so we're doing this like Oriental number, and I looked like anime wall. I mean, I had this huge headdress with these like 2% chrysanthemums on either side of my head, just gold balls like all over. And so we're going on for the finale. And I'm going down the stairs that lead to the stage door. But who should I see standing right next to it? My parents. You know, I freaked. I didn't know what to do. So I thought to myself, hey, I know if you can walk past them like all the others, they'll never recognize you. And so I took a deep breath, and I started back down the stairs. And just as I passed them, I heard my mother go, oh my God. And I died. But what could I do? I had to go on for now, so I just kept going. And after the show, after I finished taking off my costume and my makeup, I went back down the stairs. And there they were, just standing in the middle of all this. And all they could say to me was, please write. Make sure you eat. And you take care of yourself. And as my parents turned to leave, my father, he turned to the producer and he said, take care of my son.